After 30 years of searching, I found not one, but two of these beautiful pair of sneakers in the span of 1 week. Hey guys, welcome back to the Kicks Reasons channel, and today we're looking at these amazing two pairs of Reebok Above the Rim Pump Vertical. And what is more appropriate than wearing this t-shirt with the Above the Rim logo, the old school, just like we remember it. And this was one of the best, if not the best, basketball lines back in the day. I'm sorry, Nike lovers, but Above the Rim was above everybody. And this specific line, the vertical, was created by Mr. E.Scott Morris, one of the legendary designers at Reebok at the time. He created tons of models for Reebok, from their basketball line, from their preseason line, dozens and dozens of models that we all love. They're all unique and absolutely beautiful. And his design language is inspiring designers even today. So back at these, after again, looking for this pair for such a long time. If you guys been with my channel, you already know that I have the Vertical 3, I have Vertical 4, but I've never had the 1 and 2, and of course I don't have the 5. But now I have two of these, and they're exact same colorway, and it's kind of weird that I found them within the same week of span after so many years. One is in my size 8.5, the other one is size 8. And the size 8 one came all the way from Australia, and shout out to one of my friends over on Instagram for pointing me out to this pair. After I went ahead and purchased this one showed up like literally a day later on the US market, and I bought these as well. And I'm happy to report that this one that came from the States is actually in a much better condition. You guys are gonna see them on the close-ups. They are almost perfect, and I just wish that at the time Reebok put leather or some other material, maybe fabric, on the tongue instead of this synthetic nubuck, because this is the only part of the shoe that is deteriorating and it's kind of crumbling, but that's to be expected with nubuck. The rest of the shoe is perfectly intact. Big combination between genuine leather almost entirely for the upper, small portions with synthetic leather, which they're not really creasing. They're not meant to be creased because they're around your heel, but where it needs to be, a toe box and around on both lateral and medial panels, that is genuine leather, and it's still very soft and very nice. The glue has not dried out. The Australian pair, actually the glue is pretty dry. I can easily separate the midsole from the upper. Of course, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep them the way they are. But one big bonus over here is I noticed immediately when I received the box, the original box has a tag when this shoe was sold, and it's sold at my birthday, August 29th. This was sold at 1994, August 29th. That was my birthday. Of course, at the time I was, what, 17, 16? But yeah, anyway, this is a great sign, and the original sale price was $55. You can imagine these were $55, obviously on sale at the time. And they came with one of these pamphlets that explained the Reebok technology, the different pump versions, the different models, and these were highly sought after. I have to tell you, back in the day when I was going around the Reebok stores, I was actually stealing those. I could not afford the shoes, but I could have grabbed these so I can stare at them for hours at home and study the technology and all the other stuff. And this was amazing. I have to tell you, back in the day when you were buying shoes, you were getting a lot of stuff, including the technology explanation, including the tags, the Hexalite tag, the Above the Rim tag with the competition man. And on top of all that stuff, the seller actually threw in a vintage Reebok basketball hat. This one with the vector, even where it straps in the back is the vector and says Reebok basketball. It's interesting, kind of a very velvety-like material. It still has the Reebok accessories tag on it, so brand new vintage hat. I mean, that's amazing. On eBay, sometimes you get true gems, and having one more of these and these two pairs, it's excellent. So what else to say about this one? The Vertical 2 carried the same outsole as the Vertical 1. The midsole is slightly different, the upper is completely different. We still have a pump system that is on the midfoot section, and Mr. E.Scott Morris added these ventilated points on both lateral and medial side with this mesh. Despite the fact that the shoe is mid, this provides a little bit more ventilation around your heel, and this is excellent. The insole cannot be pulled out, it's glued in, and this was most of the cases with basketball shoes back in the day, but it's thick and has some arch support. The logo on top of it is the competition man, again, says above the rim. On the back, replacing the much bigger above the rim branding from the first version. The second one just had the Reebok and the Vector, and the obligatory above the rim logo right on the first lace loop, which was amazing. And the pumps on these work just like the day they came out. I mean, you pump 5-6 times on that basketball pump, and the air comes in and comes out with no problem. Check it out. So much better than anything else that is releasing today is retro. These 30 years old shoes pump better and feel better when you put them on feet. Now the midsole will never crumble. This is a Polylite. You can press as hard as you can. It's still soft and still provides plenty of comfort. Of course, we have original Hexalite on the bottom, and the combination of the Hexalite and the midsole provide plenty of comfort with these shoes. And what else I can say? I mean, I was so happy to buy 2 of them. I would have been extremely happy with only one, considering that I don't have them in my collection, and I was so excited to get, but now having 2, it's even better. Would I wish to have different colorways? Absolutely, but hey, I will take this white and gray any day over nothing. And now hearing rumors that the above the rim line might make a comeback in the next couple of years, probably in 2025. I think a lot of us will see some interesting and very popular models that I personally have been waiting for more than 30 years. So hopefully that happens in the next couple of years, and we're gonna see the merchandise with the above the rim logo. We'll see the shoes that all of us love. There's no Reebok fan out there that doesn't love the above the rim shoes and models. I personally would love to see a proper retro of the D-Time with the Nubuck copper, with the gum outsole, and with the above the rim branding. That would be amazing. Same goes for the whole vertical line. Same goes for any other model, from the Swingman, from the Axiom, from Ball Game, any of that stuff I would love to see come back, but we'll see how that time is gonna play. For now, I am extremely, again, happy having these in the collection, adding them to the vertical 3 I have, to the vertical 4 I have, and hopefully I can find the 5 someday, or maybe Reebok can release it again, and hopefully to find the vertical 1. Both have the original boxes, and some of the amazing things about these boxes back in the days, when they stack them in the stores, you can see which one had the pump, what kind of pump system they have. It says midfoot, shows the graphics where it's pumping, shows the size, big letters for the name, big letters for the colorway, all that is marked white, black, gray, and gum. Of course, because of the gum sole, and this outsole is one of the most iconic ones. And I'm telling you, the vertical line was on the feet of every single Reebok contracted player on the NBA. In slew of colorways, tons of college basketball teams wore them, tons of high school basketball teams wore them, and they were outstanding. I mean, in my mind, there's nothing more iconic than the above the rim models from that era, early 90s to mid 90s. They were dominating. Again, I'm sorry, I know people love Nike and all their models and all that stuff. I love tons of them as well, but there's nothing better than above the rim. They were providing all the technology you need, the pump, the Hexalite, some of them had the Graphite. I mean, they were just absolutely amazing, and everybody wanted them. So yeah, long story short, super happy to have these again. Absolutely amazing to add them to the collection. Hopefully I can find some more vintage pairs like this to show you guys in the future. I will do a full vintage video. It's going to take me a while, but I'm in the process of creating that, so stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe if you're new, hit the thumbs up if you like the video. Check out some of the rest of the videos coming very, very soon. And as always, guys, you have a wonderful day.